Alright. Now we progress into my next guest gameplay where I'll be playing as Aunt Susan on Jeopardy Deluxe Edition for the SNES. I'll let this be her character, taking on Jenny and Rob. And the categories for the Jeopardy round are Europe, Presidents, World Geography, Art, the 1910s, and finally, comic books. I think these are good categories. We will start with Art for 100.
The answer is...
Michelangelo spent 3 years, 1501 to 1504, sculpting this Goliath-sized statue. What is David? Art for 2.
The answer is...
By their styles, Monet is considered one of these, and Cézanne a post one. What's an impressionist? Oops. There we go. Art for 300.
The answer is...
For a fresco, before you apply the paint, you have to put this on the wall. What is plaster? Let's do art for 400.
The answer is...
His painting career began in 1880 and ended 10 years later in Avers. Who was Vincent van Gogh? How about we do art for 500?
The answer is...
This Baroque Flemish artist's name has become an adjective to describe his style. Who was Peter Paul Rubens? I think we will now do 1910s for 100.
The answer is...
A 1918 British Act of Parliament allowed women 30 and over to do this. What is vote? $19.10 for 2.
The answer is...
This organization of U.S. veterans was chartered in 1919. What is the American Legion? Let's do 1910s for 300.
The answer is
So far, this Norwegian's claim of reaching the South Pole in 1911 hasn't been disproven. Who is Roald Amundsen? Oh, I forgot to put in that N. Jenny? You think she knows it? Oh, I forgot to put the N and get rid of that other D. I did get rid of the other D, though. But let's see the next category. What we're going to go with. Jenny? Presidents for 100.
the answer is
In 1950, he became the first Supreme Commander of NATO forces in Europe. Who was Dwight Eisenhower? Oops. Okay. Let's do presidents for 200.
the answer is
Hoover's request to tap Martin Luther King's phones was approved during this administration. During his administration. Who was John F. Kennedy? Oh, let's put who is JFK? Presidents for 300.
the answer is
The only president born in California, but California doesn't have him to kick around anymore. Who was Richard Nixon? All right. How about presidents for 400?
the answer is
When Reagan retired to California, he urged repeal of this constitutional amendment. What is the 22nd? Okay, let's finish it up for 500.
the answer is
On April 5th, 1933, FDR issued an executive order banning hoarding of this metal. What is a gold rules? Yes. Got it. Now we're going to the 1910s for 400.
the answer is
First name of Gustav Krupp von Bohlen und Halbach's wife. A really big gun that was named after her. What is Bertha? Alright, let's finish up 1910s for 500.
the answer is
This smallest Balkan country proclaimed its independence November 28th, 1912. What is Albania? Comic books for
The
100.
answer is
In 1941, The Three Musketeers became the first book to be transformed into a comic in this series. What is classic comics? Oh, what is classic? Oh, that can't be it. Oh, I could have forgotten the other. I should have gone with classic comics. But Rob's in the game. Where are you going? We're going with world geography for 100.
the answer is
Jamaica lies directly south of this island. What is Cuba? How about comic books for 200?
the answer is
With rodents as the lead characters, Miami Vice became this title for the comics. What is Miami Vice? Oh, I didn't mean to end it too soon. It's Miami Mice. You're up for 100.
the answer is
This annual Bavarian festival actually begins in September. What is Oktoberfest? Okay. You're up for 2.
the answer is
Italy's boot looks like it's about to kick this island. What's Sicily? $300 on Europe.
the answer is
Formerly a province, province is a region in this country. What's France? $400 on Europe.
the answer is
Built about 449 BC, the Temple of Hephaestus is the best preserved temple in this country. What is Greece? Ooh, all right. You're up for 5.
the answer is
When Azores were deserted when discovered and claimed by this country in the 15th century. What's Portugal? All right. Whew. Okay. Comic books for 300. Oh, Daily Double. Let's do 4,800. A Marvel comic chronicles his adventures on both Earth and Melmac. What is Alf? Booyah! 10 grand for Aunt Susan. And we'll go with the comics for
The
400.
answer is
In the titles of their current comics, Spider-Man is amazing and the Hulk is this. What is incredible? Okay, let's go for 500.
the answer is
Okay. Archie's girlfriend, who was her own comic in which she jet sets around the world. Who is Veronica Lodge? World Geography for 200.
the answer is
The capital of this Canadian province is the only walled city north of the Rio Grande. What's Quebec? Okay. How about we go for 300?
the answer is
In Dutch, this city's name means the Count's Hedge. What is the Hague? Yes. Okay, let's go for 400.
the answer is
Waters from this sea fills the canals of Venice. What is Adriatic? And now the last clue
the answer is
to break the tie. Bermuda lies some 570 miles east of this U.S. state, the nearest point of land. Jenny. What is North Carolina? Yep. So Susan has 11,800, Jenny 800, Rob 300. He's going first in Double Jeopardy.
here are the categories.
Double Jeopardy categories are birds, dictionary abbreviations, historic names, archaeology, U.S. geography, and finally, medieval people. I'm good with these categories. And Rob gets to start with medieval people for 200.
The answer is
It's believed that in 1455, Johann Fust foreclosed and took over this printing operation. Who is Johann Gutenberg? Let's go 400.
the answer is
Here's the clue. Spanish warrior, knight errant, and star of his own epic, Rodrigo Diaz de Vivar was known as this. Who is El Cid? 600 on medieval people.
The answer is
Ethelred the Unready managed to lose most of England to King Sweyn, Forkbeard of this country. What is Denmark? For 800. Oh, we got the daily double. You know what? What the heck? Let's do it all. Known as Friar Roger, this English scientist and philosopher foresaw the airplane. Who was Roger Bacon? Yes! 2,600, 26 grand for Aunt Susan. Let's go with medieval people for 1,000.
the answer is
These medieval musicians were originally servants or ministers to the royal court. What are minstrels? All right, let's do dictionary abbreviations for 200.
the answer is
It's the fruity abbreviation for figure or figurative. What's a fig? Dictionary abbreviations for 400.
the answer is
Empty doesn't mean not full. It stands for one of these topographical features. What's a mountain? Okay, let's try abbreviations for 6.
the answer is
Bot doesn't mean you get paid for it. It stands for this science. What's botany? Abbreviations 8.
the answer is
Intrans isn't the abbreviations for intransigent, but in this verb form. But for this verb form. What is intransitive? Oops. There we go. That's it. Alright, and let's take it for 1,000. Abbreviations.
the answer is
Dictionary abbreviations. When capitalized, the letters IE can refer to this family of languages. What is Indo-European? Let's take historic names for 200.
the answer is
Nicknamed the Angel of the Battlefield, her actual first name was Clarissa. Who was Clara Barton? Yes. Historic names for 400.
the answer is
Though the Borgias became infamous in Italy, first they were from this Valencia in this country. What's Spain? And let's go 600 on historic names.
The answer is
Carthaginian general who took poison to avoid surrender around 183 BC. Who was Hannibal. Historic names for 800.
the answer is
He was the first person who ever heard his own name spoken through a telephone. Who was Thomas Watson. Let's go historic names for
the
1,000.
answer is
This ruling family first seized power in Monaco in 1297. Who are the Grimaldis? Yep. U.S. geography for 200.
the answer is
Alaska is the only state to border this ocean. Rob says, what is... Oh, he doesn't know it. You know what? I'll try it. What is the Arctic Ocean? U.S. geography for 200. No, 400.
the answer is
The James River is the largest waterway entirely within this state. What's Virginia? Let's do U.S. geography for 6.
the answer is
This Florida city, once home to Ernest Hemingway, is the southernmost in the continental U.S. What is Key West? All right, 800 on U.S. geography.
the answer is
The number of U.S. states that border Mexico. What's 4? All right, let's finish up U.S. geography for 1,000.
the answer is
This 107-mile-long lake helps separate from New England from New York. What is Lake Champlain? Let's try it. Birds for 200.
the answer is
The California parakeet, now extinct, was the only parakeet native to this country. It's U.S. Birds for 4.
the answer is
Male pheasants are called cocks and female pheasants are known by this term. What are hens? Okay. Birds for 6.
The answer is
Nearly all parrots can use this body as a third foot when climbing. What's the beak? Yes. Okay. 800.
the answer is
From the Latin for ankle, it's the claw of a predatory bird. What's a talon? And now we go for 1,000.
the answer is
The feathers of most adult swan species are this color. What is white? Archaeology for 200.
the answer is
Volcanic debris and ash up to 23 feet deep helped preserve this city, first refound in the 16th century. Rob, do you have an answer? Pompeii. Mm-hmm. Archaeology is the only category left. 400.
the answer is
In examining mummies, archaeologists found that many Egyptians had this joint disease. Rob again? What is arthritis? Mm-hmm. Okay. Where do we go next? Archaeology for 6. Oh, and he found the daily double. Well, he better get this right if he wants to be around for Final Jeopardy. Oh, I guess he got it wrong. He's down to minus 300. Tree rings was the correct response. Archaeology for 800.
the answer is
An old human skull and the jawbone of a modern orangutan were used to create this hoax of a man. Jenny. Piltdown Man. Mm-hmm. Well, at least Susan and Jenny are going to be around for Final Jeopardy whatsoever. If Rob wants to stick around, he's got to get this last clue right.
the answer is
It was written in 196 BC in hieroglyphics, Demotic, Egyptian, and Greek. What is the Rosetta Stone? So it's just going to be between Susan and Jenny for Final Jeopardy. Rob, you're going home. Famous women is the category for Final Jeopardy. Alright, I think we're going to wager $11,000. That'll put Susan at $50,000 if she gets this clue right. Here it is. In the 1930s, Maureen and Connolly and Althea Gibson dominated the women's division of this sport. Oops. What is tennis? Okay, so if Susan gets this right, she will be guaranteed $50,000. So it's just the ladies around for Final Jeopardy. Is it tennis? Yes, it is. So let's see how we all did. Rob didn't take part. Jenny got it right, and she goes up to 5,200. Whereas Aunt Susan got it right, and she goes up to $50,000. I'll see you for my next guest gameplay.